Hello friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. It's time for a new fragrance unboxing, first impressions, and it's a fragrance that probably like 95% of you are gonna wanna wait for until it hits discounters because it's gonna be way cheaper when that happens. But I am a Momo and I paid full retail from Dillard's for this one. It's Coach Green. Green fragrances are in right now, they're happening. At least that's what I've been told. So this one has a note of kiwi, which is interesting to me. Hopefully it smells pretty good, little tropical vibe to it. And you can find this one linked in the description in case you have poor self-control and you wanna go ahead and pay full retail for it, just like I did. But as I alluded to before, most Coach fragrances are pretty heavily marked off once they do hit discounters. And this one in the future, I'm sure you'll be able to pick up for around 40 bucks, 35 bucks, something like that. Little shameless self-promotion. My fragrances over here, Terra Nova, Blue Ridge, and Jet Black Enigma. I'm pointing at the wrong spot. Over here. Those are available at every Perfumania and every fragrance outlet store in the United States. Feel free to stop in there if you have one nearby or if you're traveling through somewhere. They have a lot of them at those outlet stores. But you can check those out in store, and if you like them, you can pick them up there, or you can order them online using the code GENTS for 20% off, which is also linked below. And I have two more that have been completed that are coming out in that line later this year. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at the presentation. I'm really like sloppily opening every fragrance I have. It's like a caveman tearing into it. I've seen other people that are like surgical with the way that they open these. Not me. So here we have the box. You got the name of the fragrance, name of the house, size and concentration on the front. It is an eau de toilette concentration. Also have kind of a gradient with the darker green up top, lighter green at the bottom. Nothing on top of the box, nothing on the sides, and not too much on the back either. On the bottom, you have a batch code, barcode, and your ingredients. My batch code is 06N07N006. Whatever happened to batch codes that were just like 3 or 4 digits? You have a handy dandy graphic right here letting you know how to open and close the atomizer. And here we have the bottle. Your typical Coach bottle. It looks nice. Really pleasant looking gradient. Same as the box, darker up top, lighter at the bottom. Little leather Coach tag right there. And then a sticker on the bottom with the ridiculously long batch code. All right guys, let's go ahead and spray Coach for Men Green on. Let's see how it is. These fragrances in this line typically really versatile, easy wearing scents, which at their discounted price are typically worth picking up. Here we go. It's not quite as tropical as I was expecting. A little bit green, yeah. It reminds me of like a scented hairspray, sort of, off the top. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Green hairspray, kiwi scented hairspray. It does remind me of kind of a hair product. Not in an abrasive way. A lot of times hairspray or hair product, whether it's gel or whatever, it's something you put in your hair, sometimes they'll have more of an abrasive scent profile to it. So not exactly something you would want to smell like. This is almost like taking that scent profile and then turning it into a proper fragrance. So if that makes any sense at all, it's, you know, reminiscent of those things that I mentioned without actually being those things that I mentioned. Let's reapply the opening over here. 3 sprays there. Always somehow I spray these Coach fragrances in the worst way because it gets on whatever finger I'm using to spray with. It's like my finger wraps around the top and I spray it like an idiot. All right, let's smell. It's a little candied as well, the sweetness. I don't know, guys, I don't know. I'm not enthralled by it. This year has had a lot of good releases. Some of the releases this year have been absolutely fantastic. Some killer stuff. This one is not up to par with a lot of the stuff that I've smelled this year. That being said, I do think that it's more difficult to have summertime fragrances smell unique and interesting and wearable at the same time. It does seem to be a little easier to take fragrances that are for fall and winter time and make those a little more interesting, a little more unique. So I do give it credit for being slightly different than most of the other freshies, I guess is what I'm saying. Is that grasping at straws to say something nice? To be fair, it's not horrible smelling at all. It's okay. It does appear to be kind of weakening out a little bit quickly. Could be my nose going blind to it as well. Yeah, so sort of a hair product, sweet, somewhat sugary kiwi with sweet citrus behind it. It's been compared to Parfums de Marly Greenly, I believe, and I don't think it's as close to Greenly as something like Mont Blanc Explorer is to a Ventus. It gets you a little bit close to Greenly, but not all the way there, no. It's starting to get soapy, quite soapy. Green, soapy, little aromatics. Again, as of right now, I'd say it's okay. You know, it's a tentative like, definitely not a love. It's definitely something that I would suggest you wait until it hits discounters so you can pick it up for that better price. I think at full retail, there's a lot of better ways to spend your money, so yeah, it's okay. Somehow, I'm disappointed that the kiwi didn't come across in a more natural, tropical, sweet kind of way. It comes across quite synthetic to me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't say synthetic as a diss. And then it heads into more of a green soapiness, which is maybe, again, just not the type of green that I was anticipating or hoping for, but that's more on me. Let me let it dry down. I'll come right back and let you know how that went. I'll be right back. I'm back. So I sprayed this on again, a third time, so essentially 3 wearings in one. So one first impression, 3 wearings. The performance, it's about what I would expect from a Coach fragrance made for spring and summer. That's an eau de toilette. It seems to be okay, nothing great. Firmly average for this type of scent. Third time that I sprayed this on, I did like the opening a little bit more. That kiwi was slightly more appealing, but still not really going crazy for it. It's, again, okay. And it goes away pretty quickly, and then it does settle into that aromatic, green, soapy kind of vibe. That lingers for a while, and then you have a bit of woods that come in, some fresh woods. First impression-wise, nothing here is really exciting to me. Unfortunately, it's not anything that smells bad, but it's also not all that memorable to me either. But you know, not every single release in a year is going to be a monster. Not every single fragrance release is going to be a hit. And for me, this one is definitely on that lower echelon, that lower tier of the new releases, the major designer releases that have come out this year. I don't know if you would or would not consider this a major release. I guess I would, because Coach for Men, the original, is still one of the best-selling fragrances in the US, so to have a new flanker come out in that line, I think is a decent deal. Decent deal? A decently large deal? Coach Green, you have disappointed me. I can't even look at you. But if you are looking for something that has a somewhat sugary, kiwi, sweet kind of opening with vague remnants, reminiscences, memories of Parfum de Marly Greenly, vague again, that quickly segs into soapy aromatics and a bit of woods, check it out. I do strongly suggest, okay? I implore you to reconsider. Checking this out in stores and doing a sample in store, you know, spray it on your skin, give it a wear. If you are in love with it, go ahead and pick it up, because ultimately all that matters is that you're happy. So if you really dig it, awesome, go for it. But if you're the blind buying type, wait until it's discounters. Save yourself probably 60 bucks. And also that goes a long way to color how you view something. So if you pay, you know, $100 for this, then you are expecting $100 worth of happiness back from the fragrance. That's a weird way to put it, but you understand what I mean. If you buy it from a discounter for 35, let's say, then the bar that this has to leap over to be a good purchase is considerably lower than the bar if you buy it at full retail. Because if you get it in and you think, ah, it's okay, I'll wear it sometime during the spring and summer, here and there, at $35 or whatever, you say that, and yeah, that's fine, no big deal. But if you spend $100, whatever, full retail, it's somewhere around there. But if you buy it at full retail and you get it in and you think, oh, it's okay, I'll wear it here and there, then you regret the purchase and you think, ah, so much other stuff I could have bought, dang it. So, Coach Green, where would I put it in the hierarchy of Coach fragrances for men? Below the original Coach for men, below Coach Platinum. Yeah, Coach Blue, maybe right there with it. Right there with it, just to depend on what mood I'm in, but definitely below Platinum and the OG for me. So there we go, Coach Green got it in today, and I am thoroughly nonplussed. I just don't really care. If you've smelled that one, let me know what you think about it. I know a lot of people do seem to very much enjoy this, and then other people are disappointed by it, so it does have a lot of differing opinions at this point. I'll give it more wear as time goes. Maybe I'll come around to like it more, or maybe it'll just hang out right there with Coach Blue and just kind of bring up the rear of the Coach line. I don't know, maybe like that soapiness, I could come around to digging it if I was looking for that type of scent. It's possible, we'll see. I'll tell you what it needs. A boatload of pine. Yes, manly pine notes. That's what I want in my green fragrance. I'm out of here. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. I don't even know what I'm doing here.